tell me that this really small, like in the background, does not look like a pack of chapstick. Hey friends, and welcome back to yet another video all about planners. We talked about the academic planner and the academic softbound recently from Erin Condren, and today I am back with more information and a look at the products that are going to be part of the new back to school collection. I haven't been using EC products for like more than a year now, and this is definitely like the best launch I've seen so far. I think as a student, and even if you're not a student, there's so many great products a part of this launch. EC is like quickly trying to become a one-stop shop for all of your school needs, and I'm so excited to show all of this stuff to you guys. So you asked, EC answered. There are so many great things about this back to school release. I am so excited to show you guys everything that's going to be a part of it. If you got the academic planner survey in the summer and being able to share your feedback with EC through email, Facebook Messenger, all that good stuff. I mean, I know I definitely included I need more projects and exams pages, definitely more accessories that are catered to students specifically. I love the checkbox petites, but I felt like we might be able to do a little bit more for people who are in school and just want more tools to succeed in that arena. So enter some of these really great products. They're going to be part of the back to school collection for 2021. So tune in to get to see the rest of these items. So we're going to start with the weirdest item, I think. So Erin Condren Design on their Instagram page posted a few teasers leading up to this release, and this release is going to be available on the Erin Condren website on July 7th. But they put little clues to see if you could figure out what was going to be a part of it. And I saw these and I thought, oh my gosh, they're coming out with chapstick. That's going to be so great. And then it had to take a minute. It's kind of like when you're trying to pick an answer on an exam and you've got like 3 choices that seem like they could be it, but it's a back to school collection. For anyone who thought that teaser was chapstick, it is glue sticks. But tell me that this really small, like in the background, does not look like a pack of chapstick. This is just one item that I feel like just shows that EC is kind of trying to be a one-stop shop for a lot of back to school products that you might need, whether it's for kids or for adults. I have a lot of items that are going to work with you to not only help you succeed in the academics part of it, but also just to get yourself organized, set up your study space. I don't know about you, but I'm still going to be in part-time online school, online part-time. We're still gonna have to do Zoom Academy at least a little while for the next school year, so I'm glad to have some of these things to get myself organized. So you guys have also been asking, and so have I, for snap-in accessories for the A5 agenda. So there will be an A5 snap-in agenda accessory for the planner. It's going to be structured a lot like a lot of the other dashboards on the EC website. It's going to have space for to-do priorities for the day, and then on the back you'll also have your weekly priorities. So Monday through Sunday you can decide what you have going on each day and just jot them in there. I think it's a really great option for people who have the daily planner and don't want to have both a daily and horizontal layout. I know for myself, I've just ordered my daily duo pages and I'm so excited to get to use this with that. I feel like sometimes horizontal and the daily could be overkill, but I've never really leaned on any of the EC dashboards, so I really want to see if they're actually going to be effective and if it's going to be enough space for me. I feel like this is kind of a small box, so I'm really excited to see if it's going to be effective for my planning or if it's going to be like not enough space. But either way, I'm so excited to show you guys how you can use it for your planning, so eliminate super bulky planner by the end of like 3rd month in your planner. So there's a dashboard for the A5 coil planner and another for the A5 binder agenda situation. They call it agenda, but I call planners agendas, so I feel like it's easier to just say A5 binder. Comment below on your thoughts on this, because I cannot be the only one that's confused with just the terminology. There needs to be a video on planner terminology, but anyway, the A5 agenda binder from EC snap-in bookmark is going to have space for priorities, to-do list, and it's also going to be the weekly view, just like the one for the coil planner. Like other EC dashboards, this one is actually not going to snap in the way they traditionally do. You'll be able to coil it in, if that makes sense. You just have to open the binder rings to stick it in, but it's definitely going to be super easy to use, and it works just as well with any dry erase markers. I'm moving away from dry erase though. I feel like permanent marker tends to stick better and doesn't rub off on like the next page, and I don't know, it just makes me feel more secure knowing that it's not going to move around on all of my very expensive, very nice planner pages. My absolute favorite accessory in this whole entire release has to be this projects and exams dashboard. So I love using the academic planner for this past school year, and I get to use it all over again this year too with the new one for 2021 to 2022. And I do have my reviews for the coiled and softbound planners in the description if you want to see that. So since that is my favorite planner, the project and exams dashboard is literally my favorite accessory from this whole launch. I feel like even in undergrad, it's definitely not enough project and exams pages in the planner itself. And that was part of my feedback, that I wish we had more pages just for that. But I'm so glad that there's a new accessory for it. You don't have to try to like coil in notes pages or anything like that. It's just there for you. So if you're like me, you definitely had a folder for every single class in grade school, not always because you wanted to, but because it was on the class list, which actually just ended up going to waste a lot of the times for no reason. But anyways, I do use a lot of folders to organize like my own personal documents at home, sometimes for school things and sometimes just for things that I want to keep together, especially for classes where you get like loose sheets of paper or keeping track of your immunizations, because we literally have to do that every single school year. And there is a release of new Just My Type folders, and these are so fun. I love the color gradients that they chose for these planners, and I absolutely love that Just My Type is not like the forgotten about design that nobody really wanted. Like a lot of people wanted neutral designs, myself included, and I have the Just My Type hourly. That has been so fun to use for this week, and I'm so glad to have the Just My Type design in a whole new accessory for school. One cool thing about this is that it does have a 3-hole punch, so that does mean for friends that love to use a 3-ring binder or anyone who's using the EC teacher lesson planner binder, you'll be able to just stick it in. So those folders will also be available in a mid-century circles design. It's going to be the same 3-hole, so you can put it in any of your binders, and it's made of the same plastic material as the others. And what I will say about these folders is, checking the price point, they will be $12 for a 3-pack. I don't know about you, but when it came to things like folders, I was kind of cheap elite, and I would always get the paper ones, and that were like 50 cents at Walmart, and I feel like those kind of work for me. So if you're looking for a folder solution just for like maybe a kid in like 1st grade, just for a quick project or a few weeks in the school year, I think you'll be just fine with a paper one from Walmart, Dollar Tree, wherever else you like to get folders. If you're someone who needs them to be just a little bit more sturdy, that will actually last the school year, and one that's decorative and just really fun to look at, I would go with these Erin Condren folders. I think the price point is high enough where I would not get this for a child. I think that this is a really great option for younger students, older students, anybody who needs to organize their life in a folder. Another product that I was super excited about to get, because I've actually considered getting this on Amazon. I'm probably in a few different shops that you can get this from, but it's gonna be a mid-century circles stand-up pencil case. So it's really great for if you're studying at the library, Starbucks, like wherever you like study that might not be at home. It's a great travel case, but also really useful because I hate digging in my bag for a new pen, and I also love to color code my notes, which means I always have at least 20 pens in my backpack at any given time. So this is going to be super useful for anyone who needs that kind of organization. And I have also seen people use these kinds of cases for makeup brushes, basically traveling with any kind of toiletries, things like that. Makes it easier to travel, pop up your stuff instead of having it like laid out all over a gross counter. You can keep it all contained. Next step may not be a fan favorite for people who love gel pens. I didn't think I could be converted to using ballpoint pens just because why? Why would you choose that life when you can use Muji, Pilot G2, Uniball pens? There's so many great options, but these ballpoint pens from the new collection are actually really great. They come in 6 different barrel colors, but they're all going to be black ink, but they write so smoothly. They write really well on EC paper, but especially on regular paper. So they were great on the life planner, but I think they're really great on smooth paper too. I've actually used it in 2 of my plum paper planners, and they write pretty well on there as well. You just have to give it a few second dry time. Don't try to rub it all over to see if it's going to smear it right after writing. That would be a mistake, especially in plum paper planner, but just give it 2 or 3 seconds and it sets pretty well. So it's not as thick as the big, bold, colorful pens, but it's kind of reminiscent of that writing style, except the point is a little bit thinner. So for someone like me with really big handwriting, I feel like it's super easy to use and it doesn't look super crazy, and it's great for notes. So I know a lot of people were commenting about this when it came out in the EC newsletter that was released in May with all of the life planner shipments. And you're like, what am I gonna do with a sticky note soccer ball dodecahedron thingamajigger? But this actually looks super cute, and I feel like I really love to have this on my desk. So after trying it out, it doesn't really roll on your desk, which is helpful. Just put it on the flat side. I feel like it's really great color pop, especially if you're into neutral colors and planning items and organization and things like that. I will say that if you have used the sticky note dashboard from Erin Condren, the paper feel is going to be the same. Your pencil will write just the same on these as well. That also means that each sticky note individually is not going to be as sticky as like a regular post-it note that you might buy at the store, which is kind of disappointing with some of the sticky notes. I wish I could use them like stickers, but they don't always stick the best. I think when using them for pre-planning, it doesn't really matter because I do that a week or two in advance and it doesn't have to stick forever anyways. So if you're using these and you want it to permanently stick, I highly recommend having a double-sided tape runner or one that's a removable adhesive runner, which I'll also link in the description. I get mine from Tombow. They're sold on Amazon, so I'll put that affiliate link in the description as well. And that helps mine stick in just a little bit better, especially when I want to use them as stickers. Okay, so EC snapped with these new notepads. There's really good options, including a new weekly view that's going to be neutral. So if you're into Just My Type, the Focus collection, this is going to be a great weekly and notes view for you. And if the project and exams dashboard isn't your jam, you're not into dry erase, don't want to use a Sharpie and alcohol every single week to wipe off things, you just want to write it down and it's down forever and ever, amen. The new weekly projects and exams notepad is going to be just for you. Mine did not come customized, as this is a collaboration box from Erin Condren, and thanks again to the whole EC team and Tori Johnson for sending these things over to me, because I love these items. Can't wait to keep using them during the school year. It looks like you're going to be able to customize it right up here. So where mine says Carpe Diem, you should be able to put your name in there as well. Most of the EC notepads have at least that customizability, and then you may also be able to alter the colorway, but I'll put in more details once I find those out. But what I do like about this notepad is that it is 10 times more flexible than the one in the academic planner, because you can kind of check off what it's supposed to be for, and then you can also list certain action steps on the right side of it as well. So it's not just my project is due and this is what it's on. You can also give yourself like mini deadlines before the big project is due or before the exam comes around. Looks like this would fit in the ECA5 agenda in the back if you wanted to use this notepad in that planner, but in trying to hole punch it to fit in the A5 or even for a coiled planner, the dimensions don't quite fit and you'll end up with some words punched out, but it is still going to be totally functional in that way as well. And the third notepad I have here is the Focus Weekly Planner. So this is going to give you a lot of space to pretty much put out your most important goals for the week and then all of your action steps to lead up to that goal. It's kind of reminiscent of how the Moxie Life Planner works. Each week you have like your goal, and then at least I'll put my action steps each week for what I want to do, and you can actually do this on a notepad. So if you're someone who's like, I don't need a whole goal planner, this notepad will work just fine for you. And as I noted with the other options, it'll fit in the ECA5 agenda as well. So another really fun thing about this collection is the new magnetic dashboards. That was also a sneak peek in the Erin Condren summer newsletter, and I didn't think much about it. I thought, well, I want a giant bookmark that's going to hold the same information that my notes pages would or any of the snap-in bookmarks would, but I feel like it's less clunky, like week to week, easier to move. And if you use the dashboards enough, it might get annoying to kind of snap in and out each week, but this, it's literally a magnet. It's easy to take on and off of the pages. They do work well with dry erase, just like any of the dashboards. And if you do prefer permanent marker, I have used fine tip Sharpies that do work perfectly fine on this. So of course, to go along with all of the new dashboards, there's also going to be a new set of dry erase markers. And I haven't tried the other EC markers. I think I've only had like the black one that I've gotten from someone off of Facebook Marketplace, and I actually like these so much better. The tips are really fine. They're not too thick, not too thin actually, but the color is really vibrant and I feel like it works pretty well on the dashboards. It doesn't smear. I feel like it works comparably to my Staedtler Lumicolor markers, which I got specifically for the EC dashboards. I tend to use that on my board or on these dashboards when I want something really small to be written in there or if I have a lot to fit in, but these markers are also a really great addition. And they come in an 8-pack with the colors black, purple, magenta, coral, orange, turquoise, royal blue, and Kelly green. So it's essentially mid-century circles design colors, which is pretty fun. And of course, we cannot forget the actual academic planner itself. I really enjoyed using this last year and I can't wait to keep using it this year as well. And this cover is one that says your potential to succeed is infinite. And I haven't used this color yet. I'm currently on the jungle theme one, but this one is probably going to be my August actual school starting cover. So I feel like we've showed you all the products that work great for people in any school year or people not even school at all. Anyone can use these items. There's also going to be a whole rollout for new kids planners, and this one's actually going to be in the A5 size. And although it's called like a kids planner, it's more of a diary because the prompts are not super complicated. It essentially goes through usually the day, how the day went, the weather, your mood. So it's kind of things that a lot of people put in habit trackers or journaling, but it's set up really easy in here with space to talk about the day. And I love that it's colored. I feel like anyone of any age can use it. If you like Comic Sans, I feel like this is something that if you want a simpler journal, that's an A5 size, that's not too in-depth like I've seen with some. This is a really great option, and it has a lot of notes pages too if you want to do extra journaling. So it's a kids planner, but anybody could use this. And this A5 kids diary is $18, so I think that's pretty on par with a lot of the other books for kids that they have on the website. I think this is something that I would have loved having as a kid, because I remember I had one of the talking diaries, like you'd open it up and you have to like say the password like out loud. I thought it was so high tech, and the FBI could never get my secrets of how I read my books even though I'm supposed to be asleep. But I think this would have been so cool to have, and I mean it's really for any age, and I think it would be so great to look back on, a great keepsake for any kids in your life who would love to use this planner. And there's also going to be a checklist notebook like you've seen the A5 notebook already on the Erin Condren website. There will be one for kids as well, and it comes with a similar color pattern, but this one's going to be a confetti pattern. I love this cover too. I hope that they sell this separately because I would totally purchase this. I maybe try to like add a sticker or customization, but I think it's really fun. And this kids notebook tracker actually has space just like all the other life planners for your name and things, and it's got tabs for routines, habits, chores, allowance, reading, and notes. And one of my first thoughts when I saw this was, this seems kind of extra for a kid. I think the routines tab is nice, so you can kind of get used to building those habits and routines in the morning and in the evening and just organizing your day. But I could totally see how an adult like myself would be able to use this really well too. I think it's just such a simplified way of just thinking about habits and things that you do during your day. I think some habit trackers and planners geared towards that, in my opinion, can kind of get super complicated, and it feels like a task, and they're always black and white. There's never any color for the ones I've seen. They're usually not the most fun. I know EC has other options, but I think that this is a really fun one, and I love the way they laid it out. It is simple. The lines are big enough, so any kinds of handwriting could fit in the lines, which makes a lot of sense because your girl would write on 3 lines on white ruled paper in school. So I love that design. I love the chore chart. It's something I'd use like right now with like a lot of chores that you're not doing every single month, or some that just have to happen every so often. You don't want to forget them. I think it's really great, and especially to keep track. And for me, I didn't get like allowance for doing chores. That's just like what I had to do. But I think for me it would have been really awesome to be able to check it off and be like, you did the thing, and then looking back at like all the stuff you've done. I don't know, I was kind of a planner girl before that was a hashtag. And it's also got an allowance tracker as well, and it's pretty simple, just saying what you did to earn the money, amount in total. So that could be like a running check register for pretty much anybody who has money they want to keep track of. And there's also a reading log in there too, and this is 10 times better than any reading log I've ever gotten in class. I think this could kind of encourage reading. It's just so fun and colorful, and I love the way that they laid this page out. And after the reading log, there's more notes pages to journal about pretty much anything that comes up. And last but not least is the desk organizer. I'm currently using the kaleidoscope design of this specific desk organizer, and I really love using it. It's such a great organization for all of my stickers, stationery supplies, things that I keep in my room on my bookcase, and it just adds a pop of color while keeping my things sorted, because if you're into stationery, you end up with a lot of things and you need more stationery to organize the stationery so that you can buy more stationery, which is a fun time indeed. But anyways, thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like these where I review planner products and talk about my favorites along with how I use them to succeed both in school and my personal life, subscribe to this channel, like the video, and comment with what else you'd like to see and what you're most excited for from this academic launch. So thanks a million for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.